Let's see. Not yet. There we go. I think we're live now. I'm going to do a sound check in just a moment on my phone. Sound check. Sound check. Could be a little louder. One moment. Thanks for coming on in. Anybody, everybody. Let's try that. Sound check. Sound check. Check 1. Check 2. Sound check. Sound check. Check 1. Check 2. Sound check. All right, a little bit more, and we're good. All right. I think that's going to work pretty well for the volume. There we are. Just waiting for any questions. First time on a Thursday. Let's see if we get anybody in here or not. Schedule up here. Oh, thanks. Refresh who's in the Sunday night and Monday night games for any advice. All right. Lions, Raiders, Chargers, Chicago, Sunday night. It shouldn't create too many headaches. I think. I wonder. One moment. Told ya. Just a moment. I wonder if... See if I can't put the pregame on my headphones. Output. Why don't you... Do I have to Bluetooth? I removed it off of here once. A headache. We'll go without. Alright. Real busy so far. Definitely worth going live on Thursdays. You never know. The point is that I am here in case anyone needs my expert advice. So it looks like Debo's probably not returning this week. McCaffrey probably is. Brock Purdy probably out. Not a fun situation there. Got Baker and Godwin playing tonight. What's up, CC? Look at you coming in on a Thursday. Just freaking rocking it. Ritter or Pickett? It's not Sunday. It's not Sunday, but it will be in a couple of days. It's Thursday. I'm here for help. I mean, I think Ritter. I don't love either. Just going to look at my rankings just to make sure that's what I think. But yeah, it's going to be Ritter. Pickett versus Jacksonville. They project very, very similarly. At the end of the day, I have Desmond Ritter significantly higher in my rankings than I do Kenny Pickett. But they're in the same tier, basically. Dude, how can you trust Pickett? I mean, neither of them are trustworthy. It looks like Pickett's going to be without Deontay Johnson again, too, which just, with Deontay Johnson, that would have been like, you can't. With Deontay Johnson, I would have said, like, okay, yeah, there's some hope that this offense is going to start to turn things around, look better. I think Pickett's been better. I'm just looking for fantasy points scoring. Well, we don't know yet. He had a hamstring injury pop up today. Limited or missed practice. Is a hamstring. It's not good when that happens midweek. Have seen it pop up. I don't remember if it was a hamstring, but I think it was. Did see a hamstring pop up on the injury report like 2 weeks ago for somebody on Thursday, and they were fine. So it can end up okay, but it's usually not a good thing. So as of right now, I'm not expecting Deontay to end up. I still have him ranked, but I'll see what the injury report comes out tomorrow. If he misses practice completely tomorrow, then not good. No bueno. 2-2. So far this season, on a per game basis, Desmond Ritter 14 points, Kenny Pickett 11.6, and that's where it just comes down to who's had more success. But Jacksonville, I'm just going to trust my rankings. CC, stick with them. It's Desmond Ritter, but, like Rico picked Pickett. It's not a big difference at all there. And I do think that the argument could be made that Kenny Pickett has more upside than Ritter in these matchups, for sure. But Jacksonville's been doing all right on defense, too. So, I don't know. I go Ritter. And maybe I'd be a little bit more optimistic for Pickett if Deontay were playing. How's your week going, Rico? You excited for tonight's game? Is anybody excited about this freaking... I feel like we've at least, although the games haven't been good, like in one way or another, we've had somewhat exciting Thursday night football games for the most part this year. Like I said, for one reason or another, sometimes because, hey, I don't know, this just feels so mid overall. Even though the Bills are like a team that usually, with how they've played this year, they've played kind of mid too. Tonight might be good. I hope so. I hope it's good, at least. I guess there's just not much on Tampa Bay. Like, I kind of like their tight end and running back, but they've both been blah so far in the NFL. So I don't have a whole lot to root for Tampa Bay. I like Buffalo. Some of the players for Buffalo, but it feels like a game where they're going to play down to the competition or something. James Cook tonight should be fine. He's just so hard to get excited about. So my expectations for James Cook are... I don't know, like a decent day on the ground, like 55, 60 yards on the ground, 5 receptions, 35 yards, so about 90 overall yards, and I should say 5 targets, and like 4 catches, receptions. So, like an 11, 10 to 14 point game kind of deal. Feels about right to me. Tampa Bay is just kind of, once again, they don't really have a super weakness or strength. Isn't Vita Vea is out, right? Yeah, you just said that, Rico. Look at you, one step ahead. So that helps to open things up. I think that helps a little bit more for like Latavius Murray and his run style. But it's not like they don't ever run James Cook up the middle, so that'll help. I like James Cook. He's not like a guy I'm super excited about. You can tell by my ranking of him, just pretty much behind Derrick Henry. So I guess I'm even, if anything, a little bit not super excited, but Vita Vea being out helps. I don't know. What are your expectations, CC? I think he'll do better than that. 4 receptions, 30 to 40 yards, and about 55 yards on the ground. I don't know what his averages are. Like, what does he average for these things? I haven't gotten a good beat on James Cook and what he's actually been doing compared to, like, the end result for fantasy. So we got about 12 carries a game, about 3 targets a game, so I might be a little high there. That's pretty much right on the yards per reception there. 11 to, yeah, I mean, that would be good, right? We're looking for, Player Profiler. Every year they change their stuff, and I really don't like what they did this year. Per game. Targets per game. I want rushing yards. So I was right about average for rushing yards. Average is 59.9 rushing yards and 26.6 receiving yards. So expecting a little bit extra there, a little oomph. 2 total touchdowns, is that it? Yeah, that's the hard part about him, is are you going to get that touchdown? I would say there's a chance for that touchdown this week. A little predicament, Rico. A good one. So basically, I'm expected to win by 70 points. Wow. I have Christian Kirk playing over Jacoby. I also have Adams. Should I play Jacoby? You saying instead of Christian Kirk, play Adams and Jacoby? At first I was thinking Jacoby over Adams is what you were saying. Go for that floor. What's Las Vegas? Playing Detroit. Probably not going to succeed in the run game a whole lot. You are projected big time. Well, you have the choice to... When does Jacksonville play? You do not get the 1 p.m. games. Does your opponent happen, or you happen to have several players? Maybe like 2 or 3 players between the 2 of you playing tonight? Just curious. Because if so, if things go as expected via the projections, if you get a big lead, or if your opponent has a couple of disappointing outcomes, or both of those things happen, then I would definitely do that. I think. What do you think, CC? If you see that question, would you play Jacoby and Devontae Adams to get that floor in a matchup where you are expected to be wiping your opponent over Christian Kirk? I think I would, because Christian Kirk does have... Like, I feel like you have to play him this week if you have him. But there's something in the back of my mind that says that this is going to be the not Christian Kirk week. And, like, this will be Calvin Ridley's game. Something like that. I don't know. I have a bad feeling about it. Probably just because I put him in the must-starts in my rankings video. Detroit pass defense doesn't scare me enough that I think that they would both bust. Jimmy G's probably going to be back. That's good for the floor. Probably. Hopefully that back doesn't just kill him. And he can't throw at all. Well, that's good. Because Kincaid could have a big day, potentially. I think he's the only tight end tonight on their roster. Godwin should not have a big day, so if he does have a big day, you know that that's putting the projections away. Going outside of the projections. And you got Diggs, so, you know, if you get a big game from him, like, you're on pace. So, I would see what happens tonight. If Godwin and Kincaid combine, if you leave tonight with a lead, basically, if you get 20 or more points and Godwin and Kincaid each get like 10 or less points type of deal here, if you end in a lead tonight, I would go for it. Basically is how I would break that down to. CC, if you missed it, or Rico, if you missed it, CC says he would do the Jacoby play there. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit put in your eggs. If you're not leading, I guess I was saying for sure I would do it. If you're not leading, it just depends. I mean, if Diggs has a bad game, let's say Diggs has 6 points, Godwin has 17 points, Kincaid has 17 points. If it's something that big, then for sure Kirk. You end up somewhere in the middle, and, you know, Diggs has a 20-point day, Godwin has a 12-point day, and Kincaid has a 12-point day, so you're just short by a little bit. You could always ask me again on Sunday. At that point, I would go with your gut. And the toughest part is I'm not just straight up looking at the rosters right in front of me to say I would for sure do it. But if, from the sounds of it, yes, I would go ahead and do Jacoby, is the guess. What do we got? We got a sweep going on with the, nobody believes in Tampa. Doesn't help that Baker was a little bit injured coming in to tonight either. Let's make sure there's no funky news. But I did, as far as Kincaid goes, I wasn't expecting his role to change a whole lot tonight. But I think he's the only tight end. Like, he's going to get on the field. I only projected him getting on the field for 80% of carries, and my projections had him as, like, I think my single-digit projection had him as the 12th tight end, but my range is pretty high up there. Where are you? 6.5 to 8.3 points is the expectation. Pretty good for tight ends. Basically just right outside of the top guys George Kittle, Evan Ingram, all of them. Higher floor than Dallas Goedert, about the same as Sam Laporta and Mark Andrews. Higher ceiling than quite a few people. Javonte Williams or Josh Downs, full PPR. Well, I did hear Josh Downs is in another good matchup for slot receivers against New Orleans. How many receptions did Javonte get last week? He had like 3, right? But doesn't he normally get like none? And I think it's Javonte. But full PPR does make that a little closer. That's right, he's going up against Kansas City. How did he do? I know he didn't get a touchdown. His efficiency was good against Kansas City last time they played, I believe. I think he had like 4.5 yards per carry. Come on, Javonte Williams. Thing is, they couldn't run a whole lot because it's Kansas City and you get down quick. So average receptions a game, 2.3. That's obviously Javonte compared to like 6.7. That's like a 4.5 point. I mean, that's like the floor of Javonte. I think I would go Josh Downs. Player Profiler's got him at 4.3 receptions per game. .2 targets per game for Javonte. Josh Downs got 4.7 receptions per game. 6.7 targets, 4.7 receptions. So like a 2.5 point, like a 25-yard lead. And obviously his receptions have gone up as the season. I think I'll go Josh Downs here in full PPR. Last week was fluky, and I don't like that. That skews things a little bit. But still, 2 6-target games in a row. A 12-target game a few weeks ago. Only 1 game with fewer than 5 targets. And he's not going up against Kansas City. I expect that game to at least be, I don't want to say back and forth, but like Indianapolis is going to get the ball and throw. And neither team, like, just get a good game in that sense. Yeah, I go Josh Downs. I'm not overly excited about Javonte this week. Full PPR, do it. Alright, I was checking for any news. Miles Sanders in redraft? I drop him. No, he just needs to get healthy. What could you trade him for? I feel like his trade value's got to be garbage. I don't think you're going to get, like, if you used him as a secondary piece in a trade. Yeah. You used him in a secondary piece to upgrade a different player, and you just kind of tossed him in to make it happen. Sure. But I wouldn't drop him. I wouldn't go out of my way to just trade him for the sake of trading him. I think it should be a better second half for him. What's Carolina's schedule? Carolina Panthers schedule. I didn't know what to expect from a Thursday night. I was hoping it'd be like the Sunday mornings. Like, not the 1 a.m.s, but the 9 a.m. kickoffs. Those were popping for me. Panthers schedule. Come on. Seymour. Butts. So after this week, Lions don't like it this week. No. Texans. It's okay this week. Colts. I think they've been pretty good against the run. Bears, good. Cowboys. I don't know how they are against the run. Titans, good against the run. Buccaneers, middling. Saints, pretty good. It's not a fantastic schedule. So, I mean, if you found somebody who was optimistic about him rest of the season, like I think you should be semi-optimistic about him, then you could trade him. It's not a great schedule for running backs. I give him a high-end flex, low-end RB2 rest of season kind of spotting, assuming he gets back to health. Kenneth Walker missed practice today with his calf. Tyler Lockett missed practice with his hamstring. And linebacker Bobby Wagner all missed practice for a second consecutive day on Thursday for the Seattle Seahawks. Well, this could be good timing for me. I'm having a lot of players that are getting injured. I could use Zach Charbonnet potentially this week although Raheem Mostert did practice today. So I might not be in a bind at running back. There's no way I'm sitting one of my wide receivers. No chance. We got about 18 minutes to kick off here. See, the Milwaukee Bucks have maybe started by now. I wish I had more IR spots to put these guys if they don't play this week, so I could grab other guys just in case. Zach Charbonnet upgraded to full practice, so there we go too. I assumed that since he wasn't on the other report. I think that's all the most recent news. I'm just looking to see if I have any rankings questions for you guys. Ronnie Daniel, what's up, man? Thank you for coming on through. And you say, what's up, man? I have Saquon as lock. I need one more. Saquon to go with him. Full PPR. Gus Edwards, Dameon Pierce, Deonta Foreman, or Joe Mixon. And you're welcome. If it works, you're very welcome. Full PPR. God, that almost makes me want to go like Joe Mixon, if anything, out of them. Oh boy. So I think, for the most part, we're just going to go with my rankings. Where are they? Jesus. Which I think will be Deonta Foreman. Let's see, Deonta... Yeah. Dameon Pierce down here. There is some upside for Dameon, but there's also some risk he might not even be the leading running back. Gus Edwards, I mean, that was a great 80-yard play, but he's such a floor play. That offense is going a little bit better, so that should be helpful, but Deonta is such a good running back. Or Joe Mixon, and I have Joe Mixon where? Okay, and Joe Mixon was the one that I liked a little bit more for full PPR. Let me make sure he's still getting the receptions this year that I think he is. And I might go Joe Mixon over D'Onta Foreman. Joe Mixon is averaging how many receptions a game here? 3.5 targets, 2.7 receptions, a little bit lower than you want. D'Onta? They really have, that offense has just not been moving. 3 targets, 2 receptions. And I'm going to stick with D'Onta Foreman against the Chargers. I think they could move the ball just fine against the Chargers this week. San Francisco's defense may not be the best in the NFL, like many would have thought coming into the season, but that's not really due to the linebackers and the guys that would be covering Joe Mixon or tackling him upon a reception. So, yeah, I'd go D'Onta Foreman. If Joe Mixon were getting more targets in a game this season, it would be easy smash hit for him, but he just hasn't been getting those targets this year. That offense has been... So, yep, we'll stick with my rankings on that. Just barely D'Onta Foreman. If you wanted to go Joe Mixon, go for it. Dameon Pierce might end up... I don't think Gus Edwards has a chance of beating all 3 of those other guys. Dameon Pierce might end up being the highest scoring of the bunch, but he also very well could be the lowest scoring of the bunch because he might get used a lot less than he has for most of the season. Might have lost his starting job to Singletary. I hope that works for you. I really do. I wanted to look at something. I was pulling something up. Who knows? Oh, I wanted to look at the Bucks, which I have the score up. Up against the Sixers. What a good game to start. Let's go. Let's go, Milwaukee. Is Damian Lillard just killing it right now? Giannis only has 5 points. Lillard, wow, spreading the ball around to everybody. Even the bench. That works. Go Bucks. Okay. Wide receivers. Folks, Brandon Ayuk. What's your confidence level if Sam Darnold's going to be the quarterback? I don't know what all this optimism is that Brock Purdy could get back from concussion. If he does, I call it conspiracy. Brandon Ayuk. Confidence level with Sam Darnold. Does it really change a whole lot for him? What do you think, Rico? What do you think, CC? Unless, of course, you're mid-game, CC, then don't worry about it. I got another question here. Chris Olave, am I crazy to have him as my wide receiver 24? DJ Moore, should I have him higher? Going up against Los Angeles Chargers might be a decent matchup for Badgen to not have a bad game in and get the ball out to DJ Moore. They kind of suck. Should I have DJ Moore ahead of Chris Olave, Michael Pittman, George Pickens, Garrett Wilson, all those guys? I have him ranked closer to how he projects. Let me know what you guys think. Be interested to hear. All right, I'm gonna get up the game up here. Twitch.tv. By the way, if you didn't know, you guys can watch the Thursday night game on Twitch.tv. Been like that for over a year now. They even air the Prime Vision version. It's pretty cool. Dolphins are planning for cornerback Jalen Ramsey to make his return Sunday from the knee injury. Ramsey is expected to be back on the field. Okay, that's a quick return there for Ramsey. Sure, he'll be limited, but that's huge for that defense. Gonna go a long ways. Well, come on, Twitch, play the video for me. Why is it just black? My computer can't handle it. Oh, now it started going. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Nope, no copyright stuff. There we go. Ronnie, Christian Kirk or Joe Mixon, full PPR. This will settle it. I think I'd go Christian Kirk. Too much upside there. I have this small fear in the back of my head that it's going to be a not Christian Kirk week, but outside of that, kind of love him. Pittsburgh's been a really good matchup for receivers. I don't know. Not much else to say about it. I would go Christian Kirk over Joe Mixon all day. He'll definitely get more receptions. Does that mean you're going to go Foreman, Kirk? Or did you side Mixon over Foreman? And now you're going to go Kirk over that anyways? No, yeah. You're going Foreman, Kirk, aren't you? Alright, so the Bills just got their regular blue unis on. Are there any cool uniforms? Bills are going onto the field here. Seeing some throws in the dark. Buccaneers are already out there. We got Baker crying on to himself over on the side. I like Baker. I'm just poking fun at him. He had his head down, doing some laces or something like that. I've Kirk projected for 8 to 13 points. Just to give you an idea of the difference in the projections compared to 7.5 to like 11. So a solid 1 to 2 point expected higher outcome for Christian Kirk. than Joe. And I would say probably a higher chance of a touchdown, too. Over under on how many more years does... Oh, I can't even think of his name. Who does the... Al Michaels, Jesus. I could think of Kirk Herbstreit's name, even though I don't really watch college football a whole lot. Couldn't think of Al Michaels' name. Over under on how many more years he does this thing. I hope under 1.5, but that's the line. 1.5. Let me know. Alright, we're going to call the poll here. We got it straight up 100% for Buffalo. What a surprise. What a surprise. I heard a notification. Oh. Zach Charbonnet upgraded to active. Woohoo! Oh, if anybody's got Logan Hall going in their IDP league, don't go with him. He has a groin injury and he's questionable to play now. Ooh, can't shake the yawns. And for any update things, no news. No news. We're good on the news. 3 minutes prior to kickoff. Game will be starting soon. Alright, what up? Last call. We starting Mixon or James Cook full PPR. I think we're going James Cook. Leaning Mixon for volume. No Vita Vea tonight, though, for Cook intrigues me. Yes, that does help. Right off the top of my head, I'm going James Cook. Just looked up Mixon. He has not gotten a lot of volume as far as receptions go. Yeah, you're saying volume, though, just overall. I get that. If you think that Cincinnati offense has turned the corner, I guess you could go that route, but... Alright, 4-minute Kirk all the way. Cool, Ronnie. Good luck with that. I hope that works. And, yeah, then I guess you might want to bet on Mixon a little bit better. Have him very close in my rankings, but I would go James Cook over Joe Mixon, and I wouldn't argue against you if you wanted to go Mixon over Cook. So that's how that breaks down. I think you're fine to go that route if you wish. Get about the same floor from them. Cincinnati, San Fran, yeah. Not the best matchup. Tampa Bay helps that Vita Vea is out. Let me know what you're doing, Dylan. What'd you end up deciding to go with? I need to know, so I don't have anybody in this game tonight in fantasy, so I need something to root for. So I guess I think I already recommended James Cook, so I guess I could probably root for him anyways. Somebody's playing James Cook in here. Where is it? Oh, no. Well, I guess CC's probably playing James Cook, since he asked me about my expectations and said he would take. I had expectations of 11 to 14 points for Cook. Dylan, you're killing me here. Alright. It's about game time. I'll let see if anything happens exciting on the first drive here before I log out. And then Little Caesar's still open. I don't have anything I can make quickly. They're open. Alright, kickoff's coming. I'm just gonna hang out here for a bit while I ponder and create a Little Caesar's order here. Today, ASAP. Start your order. Alright, Tampa Bay returned it. Took 8 seconds to return it. They must have returned it somewhere. How on God's earth did it take 8 seconds? Do they start the clock when... Maybe that makes sense. Well, they returned it all the way up to their 30. So, the deep return. Gain of about 6, maybe on first down for Rachaad White. Good start. Where the heck is the... Okay, 2nd and 4. Sure takes Prime Broadcast a while to get that up there. The 2nd down, looks like we got maybe 3 split out wide, tight end. No, we're 4 wide, empty backfield. Obviously passing, and the play gets knocked down. Plenty of pressure right in Baker's face. He's a little too short for that, and ball knocked down there on 2nd down. So it's 3rd and 4. Stuffed crust pretzel pizza. Ooh, doesn't sound bad. Alright, crowd's getting into it. I assume we got the black in blocking. Pass is good. That's going to go all the way up to towards midfield, about the 46-yard line to Trey Palmer, rookie. '46, 47-yard line. Approaching midfield. Anybody know what the slices and sticks? Oh, I see. First down, incomplete. Second and 10. Does crazy sauce really have to be $2? I think I got tomato sauce here. Flag, it looks like it's probably going to be on the offense there if I had to guess, even though I wasn't really watching. Yep, Tristan Wirfs, the guy they were showing on camera, the reason for the guess. Jumped early there. 13 minutes, 31 seconds to go. 2nd and 15. Let's get him across the goal line. I think I've got my order ready to go here. All right, quick pass out into the flat. Looks like that might be Trey Palmer again. Yeah, Trey Palmer goes nowhere. Jackson stuffed it. Took him down. I don't know, behind the line? At the line. 3rd and 15. Third and 15, calls the play. It's thrown short to, I think that's going to be incomplete. It was fumbled, but K. Dotton didn't quite complete the pass there. That's going to be 4th and 15. They're going to punt the ball, and I'm going to head on out because I don't even know if anybody's in here anymore. All right, peace out. Good luck, everybody, with your weeks this week. Bye-bye.